4.0 tentative Q3 card, and it is the Zoo CL and some other things that have dropped to it. Let me check real quick to make sure that I've got all the information for you. Okay, so we're looking at Zeus Mark II CL, acidic caves, rock caves, asteroid bases, and space station contested zones, which will be a very interesting aspect on that. What I do see in that, there's a lot of FPS in that as well, and it should be really good. We'll see how that works out. But with asteroid bases, that'll give us different places to go to. We'll see the rock caves, the acidic caves, but we will be getting two ships, the ES and the CL. So that's going to be interesting. And we'll go from there. So once we get those straightened out and see what's going on with it, we'll go from there. Now, we know that Q3, we're waiting for a 24 to drop, and Q3 is still slated on the 4.0 card. So we'll see what happens with that. Not totally sure how that's going to work out, but we'll go along with it and find our way through. So, I'm going to switch over to the scene, and here we go. Just gonna kick off and start with getting myself set up, but I'm going to take out the King of Bunch today. Hello and welcome. Appreciate the stop-bys. Hey, Federtex Games. Hey, Tone. What's up? Hey, Billy's Brew. Just got back from a trip to the lake. Nice. Hope you enjoyed it. these doors will open up for me. Just some fishing. Nice. And okay. Oh, the timing on these doors. You gotta love it. Hello.
Hey, Shadow.
Hey, what's up, Dar?
Not much. A lot of good information today, right?
Yes, sir. Well, with the CL, that does make sense. I thought that personally, I would have loved to seen it come out in 24, but it does make sense. So, if I am correct, we may see that drop before SitCon. I don't know.
Yeah.
And CitizenCon is when they announced the Zeus last year. So if it drops before CitizenCon, then they're all good to go. We got about 7 fish and gave 3 big ones to another family. Awesome. If anybody is still doing their guide sessions, you should have gotten something either yesterday or today. So I got my Novikov, and I got my permanent P4 and a LH 66 or whatever. So those should be dropping into your personal hangers, your not personal, your web hangers. And you should see them populate. You do get a Karna rifle with the Ascension Novikov. Hey Shaved, what's up, man? Appreciate the likes and the views. Any news on the next patch drop? They put out a PTU Evocati build yesterday, and they're not going to put one out today. They're trying to get past the blockers so we can go out to wave 1. But the roadmap has been updated. The CL is in for 4.0. We got some new caves that are coming, and a new FPS setup on the stations. So you can read that. The what?
The asteroids?
Yeah, the asteroid bases.
Tram now leaving the station.
Yeah.
Stand clear of the doors.
So there's quite a bit of news that's coming out for 4.0. We still don't have a tentative date if it's Q3 or Q4. If this patch drops soon, within first person sitting. What do you mean first? Yeah, first person FPS on those new stations. Yes, first person shooter stuff. FPS, yes. So the asteroid bases are going to be a little bit different, but this is all in Pyro from what I gather. So we'll see what happens. We just have to see how it goes. But like I say, I will be moving to Microtech in 4.0. Taking the Snowbirds back home. And when the Polaris comes on its first drop, I will be doing a shakedown cruise in Stanton and then taking her to Pyro. Kind of think Microtech will be your home too. I originally started in on Loreville when I first came into the game and didn't know all the particulars about updating, maxing out my graphics and stuff like that. But I moved to Microtech and people told me about it. That's where I made my first video. And once I did that and figured out what was going on, but Microtech, what's up, Squirrel? Microtech is so rough now. Still, I've got to wait till 4.0 with server meshing, so it'll load faster. But hopefully, I'm crossing fingers that that problem will be alleviated. But that's going to take me a little bit of time. So and it's also going to take me a little time to configure it when I get a hold of it. So come on. Fluids? Of course, you got to have fluids. I'm looking at it. Trust me.
Now leaving the station.
So Dyer, any questions? Come on. See, this is why I hate.
No questions on my side. I can't wait for the Zeus models to come out. So the white one, the CL, is that the CL?
Nope, the white one is the ES. The CL is the blue one.
All right. So the CS is going to come out before the CL, right?
No, they're both going to come out at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Because if they're both on the same card, they should drop at the same time. Now the MR, I have no idea.
I put my money on the MR after Zeus.
We won't see that ship until they get, I'm gonna say it, till the bounty hunting is upgraded. Come on. She's being rough today. I can't even see if I can drop it on the ground.
Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
It's going to be one of goes. If anybody has any questions, comments, please feel free. Let me know what's on your mind about the information that is dropped on 4.0. This is crazy. Come on, let me out of the freaking train. If worst comes to worst, I have to log out and start on a new one. Trying to do salvage today if I can get off the train. And I may die before I can get anything to drink.
City flight is business travel.
What's going on, Scorpio King? How you doing?
Leaving the station.
And I've got no fluids here.
Duty, tradition, service. We salute those taking their first step to their new life in the UEE Navy. Welcome to Invictus.
Tram now approaching.
For a second, Tone, I thought you were talking about my fluids.
City flight asks that you be courteous to your fellow passengers. Keep conversations and mobiglass to a reasonable volume. And share space with other travelers. Remember, we're all taking this journey together.
I'm just waiting on a train. Waiting on a train.
So what did Space Guy say about Impradi last night?
Oh, he was, they were doing a test for 2 hours at Area 18, and then they said that they were gonna bringing out a new build. Hey, Brian.
City flight
And
reminds us that when trash goes in the bin, we all win. Your help.
we'll probably see one tomorrow, and they're trying to break it so we can go to wave 1. They're as breaking as in getting the getting rid of the blockers.
Okay.
So,
Tram now leaving
but
the
they're
station.
also doing another tech preview at the end of this week, so we'll see what happens with that. But the card for 4.0 is still saying Q3. So it may go into Q4, but it may hold right before CitizenCon. I don't know. Is CitizenCon in Q3 or Q4?
I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's Q4.
That's what I'm thinking. But if they decide to drop it before Q4, it'll still be in the Q3, but that will be in September. If they drop 24 the end of this month or early next month, and then all of a sudden 4.0
Now
comes
arriving.
out, then they've met the goal. But that's subject to change. There it is again. It will not let me off this train. Come on. Open door, open door, open door. Hello. Open door.
Tram now leaving the
Fight
station.
the biscuit.
Stand clear of the doors.
It let me out. Now let's see if I can go get some something to drink before I die. Here we go. On the run, on the run, on the run. This weekend I will be doing some more guide missions if people need them. And also I will be playing Ghost Recon Breakpoint and chilling, and then a Snowbirds meeting room. I didn't do one last week. Need a little
Welcome
rest,
to the
kick
ASOP
back,
vehicle retrieval system.
and wait a minute before I gotta make sure I'm getting. Oh,
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's a wake of disaster. Oh, we'll take this one instead. Yeah, we're gonna get that one. If I don't die first. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get some to drink before I die. Jose. Oh, it actually dropped. Oh, nice.
You've caught it, beat you?
No. Me being able to drink something so I don't die.
Oh, I see.
Jose's servers are still on the fritz. Not that great, but still early to tell since I pretty much just started. Gotta make sure I get the right ship. Taking out the king today. Yep, King of Bunch. That's the one we want. Put this helmet on.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
So, if anybody has any
Your vehicle
thoughts
has been
about
delivered to the
the
following
new
location.
that Q&A that's in the chat and on Spectrum, it is a great source of information. Still, there's some parts that are unconfirmed, but if you want to check out that post, it is really good and has a lot of good info on it. Of what we would like, taking that we get some information on the persistent hangars. And I gotta wait for the ship to spawn, so we'll see. So, in this post, it says pH are only at your home location on your starting planet. The initial size of the personal hangar is the largest flyable pledge ship that is in your web hangar. If loaners are larger than the currently flyable pledge ships, those take priority. So if you have a loaner that is very large, is a extra large, that's the hangar you're going to get. Buying a ship with AUEC will not give you a larger hangar. An in-game bought ship will go to a persistent hangar currently. Buying a new, larger ship on the pledge store will not resize your personal hangar. CIG confirmed that this will come, but not in 324. There's currently no way to resize hangars. The plans for this is unclear. Setting your spawn point to a medical vehicle does work. You can respawn in your hangar, tested with the C8R. So, what's a XL 890 only? No. What you're seeing right now, I have a reclaimer and a C2. So, and I have a hammerhead that's going to change into a Polaris. So I will be getting a extra large hangar when that drops. This one's got some lag to it, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So, what other questions do you have, Dyer? What are your thoughts?
Nothing so far. I mean, excited for the news that's coming out, the gameplay of asteroids on the asteroids, so it sounds good. They really just have to work on the server meshing and the two people.
Well, server meshing, like I say, we all know it will be version 1. And that's static. Dynamic is going to be a different animal. So, and I'm just warning everybody, I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but expect issues on the first drop of 4.0. That way your expectations are not going to be dashed. Just being realistic, I have been there, and we all know what happened last year, so we're just going to cross our fingers and go from there. That's all you can do.
Aegis combat system active. Systems green.
I hear nothing but the truth. I mean, you know, all you can do is if you hold your expectations too high, you're going to get hurt. And we've all been there.
Fuel at 100%.
But I'm going to say this, even though 23 dropped very well, it still had its issues, and then with the back-to-back events made it even harder. So we just have to go. We just have to go with the flow. And with 4.0, you are I'm gonna say it now and be just totally honest. Pre- Prepare for a ship sale. So for those that got the ES and the CL last year, you're gonna make out because that ship is gonna probably go up in price because it will be flyable. Just saying.
You are clear to launch.
And that's one thing. I try to keep it as real as possible. I don't try to make it to where it's being a Care Bear or anything like that. I love the game for what it is, but there are issues and there's some things that people don't agree with. I just keep it as honest as possible, especially when I stream, so you can see what you're getting into when you get into it.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Landing gear rejected.
The C1 only carries 64 units of cargo, where the CL holds 128. So basically, you'll be getting like an upgrade when the CL drops. I mean, I'm gonna say it. I was waiting for the CL for a year, and when it dropped, that is a beautiful ship. I love the ship, but I don't have a CL coming. I have the ES. I don't think plus the CO came with LT. It may not come with LT. No, it's not. It's going to come with 6 months. If there's an event going on at the same time, which it will go on sale again at IEE, you'll get 10 years. And then you can
Initiated.
melt it and then buy a one that has 10 years. So the LTI versions are over with unless you CCU the ship.
Quantum trap initiated. Quantum trap complete.
You don't have the patience to wait that long? Why do you say that?
Quantum travel initiated.
We'll also look at it like this. When 4.0 drops with server meshing version 1, and I did test this in the server meshing test, the whole C, whoever has a whole C, it did work. And it is in one of my streams with the server meshing test. I actually got the whole C to work. So, for those that have it, and that is a loaner, I believe, for the Merchantman, that is going to be a very valuable ship. Now, if they get it to work in 24, I'm crossing fingers, but I don't know. We'll take a look, see how it works out. Okay. Well, like I said, we'll see what goes on with that, and check it out, and go from there. Give me one moment. Okay. C1's a great ship. Like I say, I don't have a CL coming, but I can always take my C1 if I wanted to and upgrade it to the CL, but that's not happening. Love the CL, love the C1. And for all we know, there could be, this is rumor, don't quote me, there could be a Crusader starter ship that's been kind of leaked out. I don't know. Actually, actually, Road Rash, it hasn't been that long because the C1, okay, was a year. And with the promise of with the Zeus, that'll be a year as well. So it's just been a year. C1 versus Freelancer base, MFD rework, and the other updates make the Freelancer decent. The Zeus will be a year, and the C1 was the same. C1 was the exact same. It dropped right before CitizenCon. The A1 came out first, and then the C1. Well, the RSIs, the reason why is because of the modularity. And now they've got that worked out with the Retaliator, so we should be seeing modules. For all we know, an Apollo could drop. I don't know. Well, the MFD rework is going to be good for all the ships. As you saw in the jump, the ISC about the jump points, you saw that all the ships that were showcased there are getting MFD reworks. So it could come. It's going to have to come with all the ships. The more starter ships, the better. I agree. I can see, I'm going to say this, I can see a smaller version of the C1 style for the Crusader. That would be kind of cool. A quick hop ship. Hello.
Do I got a level on you there? Shadow?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Okay, good.
That's another reason I'm moving to Microtech. When 4.0 drops, I want an air.
Oh, the hangars are just so beautiful. They're big and they're clean and they're blue and white.
Yeah, I already knew that, but you get the same hangars at Orison as well. So.
Exactly. The cloud views. Great. I get new Babbage here, and yeah, nothing's loading in. Great. What the hell? And I'm going to be running off in the darkness there. Hurry up and load. I guess I'm going for a ride.
But there were some ships that were supposed to get asteroid hangars, And I don't know if they were, when you bought a ship, it would come with a specific hangar, but now it's changed. So I don't know what they're how they're saying it or what they're doing with that. I have no idea. But the if I'm correct, the extra large hangars are in the towers on Microtech. I think.
Those are the extra large up there in capital class. Every now and then, I think the big towers are the capital class, because every now and then when I pull my C2 out or my Caterpillar out, I come out of those smaller towers. Oh, great. None of the freaking spots are loading in. Desync real bad. Oh, finally loaded. Oh, it's the commons? Yeah, I'll run across the way.
Don't get me wrong, I love my Origin 100i, but I would love a Crusader starter. That would be awesome. Okay. Finally here.
There's New Babbage Spaceport. Now I can leave the trap. Is this? Yes, New Babbage Spaceport. Well, that almost look like Zero Cool.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. 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 Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Okay. Okay, coming up on target.
What'd you get?
Hammerhead.
Oh, there you go. I don't got nothing big like that yet in my salvage. Tried to go do some salvage earlier today, and some dude decided that he was going to do a Nine Tails mission, and it just happened to spawn right where I was, and well, that didn't last long for me. I exploded. Couldn't get out of there fast enough.
That sucks. That does suck. I'm just gonna say it.
Well, the same thing happened to me yesterday, and all of a sudden I go hide behind the rock, and then the red dots disappear and the guys disappear. So I go back to the ship,
Yeah.
finish it off, and all of a sudden contact, and it's like right in front of me, and I'm like, oh my god, and they're shooting at me. All I could do is press mining mode, fucking change the B, auto cruise, get the throttle all the way forward, point the nose towards Mike L1 space station that was right there beside me, thank goodness, and wait for the quant to boost up and quant out of there as fast as I could.
Yeah. When I'm getting in trouble like that, I just go to nav mode and super speed out, and then
Yeah, that's about all you can do.
Yep, pick what I need.
Yeah. So I got a nine-minute timer on my Vulture right now. So when I looked at the time, it was like 4 o'clock. Well, I better start cooking dinner if I want to be drinking beer at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Weapon systems online. Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Thought it was closer than that.
Yeah, I get a chunk of beef sirloin that's been marinated in Maui sauce, cooking in some prime rib fat.
Mm.
It's gonna be tasty. I bought a tomahawk, one of those tomahawk prime ribs. The thing was a roast with a stick on it. It took me 4 days by myself to eat it alone. It was so big.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Bet it was good.
Oh, it was delicious. But yeah, it was so big. I was like, I should have just got the tomahawk instead. I was like, oh, well, at least it's feeding me for 4 days.
Is this thing breaking?
so nice now that you can just sit there and just scrape and salvage and don't have to worry about running downstairs and constantly emptying a container.
Yeah. When I'm by myself, usually I just crack it. But with Wake of Disaster, that's going to take time, so...
Is that what you're doing, Wake of Disaster?
No, this is just... I was trying to get one where I didn't have to pay for it first.
Oh.
And a hammerhead just happened to pop up. And I was like, oh. Jump at the chance.
Mm-hmm. Should I come out there with the cat and see if there's anything on it?
Oh, I already broke it.
Oh, did you? Oh, you're taking the claw to it, okay.
Yeah, I'm doing... When I go to Wake of Disaster, I'll scan stuff. Or whatever else I find. Right now, I'm just...
Funny. I didn't realize you could break it first before you could,
Mm-hmm.
Or is that only with the vulture or with the reclaimer?
Oh, you can do it with the cat, with the vulture too.
Vulture? Yeah, I've never broken it first. I've always just taken everything off of it.
Yeah, you.
And just
I mean,
broke it and disintegrated it.
Yeah, I mean, usually, like I say, when I'm by myself, especially over in a certain area,
Yeah.
I just go ahead and break it and get it inside the ship and get the devil out.
Well, so you can just break them and then disintegrate them instead of scraping them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Then I'll do that more often. And just get the other. Not the RMC, the
Yeah.
construction material.
If there's, you can scan it before, and if there's something worth it on it, go ahead and pull it, and then, but, with a reclaimer, you're better off, doing the scan, but
Yeah. You got the
It-
space.
it depends, There we go. Okay. Hey, Tribal. Yes, it's the King of Munch.
It is.
It's actually got the name, the King of Munch.
Oh, what did I see? I seen a reclaimer, and it was named the Molecule Munch or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. It was out here at Microtech, New Babbage, when I was on earlier today.
Hello.
Hey there, Shadow.
Hey, what's up, Ty?
Oh, not a whole lot, just another 11-hour day. Yay.
Yeah, no build today. They're going over what they found from yesterday and seeing what happened.
Yeah, and the stuff they got from today. I missed today's test.
Oh, there's another test
Stupid
today.
work. Yeah, it was a stress test.
No.
Same build. They just had everybody start a new Babbage this time instead of Area 18.
Oh.
New Babbage needs some work. I ain't gonna lie. So, with
It does.
the info drop at the end of the year, what ship do you see being your daily drop? Me?
I think it'll all.
I'm gonna
depend
say
on-
this. If they bring out a Crusader starter that is like a quick drop ship, like a quick ship that I can pull fast without I can go with that as being a daily hop, but my number one favorite, and you all know what that is my either
Hell is
the
Black.
No, either my C1 or my MSR. Those are the two that I usually do a lot of things with. My C2 will always be my premier cargo ship until the Merchantman, and my premier, I guess I could say my premier fighter would be the Hornet or the Firebird. It just depends on which one is which, but exploration, I'm still going to go with the 600, but I'm going to say this, with the ES and its higher shield rate, I would keep that ship as the Explorer for Pyro. That's just my thought, though. I haven't really. I would have to fly it and see. Well, the thing about you put a XL1 in the MSR and you can go for days. It's a beautiful ship. Okay, the hopper is full. Let me get the heck out of here. Watch
Another ISC tomorrow.
Yes, with Chad McKinney. That's going to be a good one. Watch it fly like a mop. Oh, if they, I mean, they make so many changes, you can't keep up with it at this point. I don't know. Gonna make a quick hop. Between Creel 1. Can't wait for the ES. The ES is going to be a really cool ship, and so is the CL.
CL will be my daily driver, that for sure. For a bit.
Well, definitely with the cargo being at 128, me, since I'm going to be doing a lot of exploration and stuff like that, I'll be doing a lot with the ES and the Polaris, but I will be placing a terrapin inside the Polaris hangar because it has a lot of shielding for it's a Pathfinder, so I That's how I see it.
I can't remember. Does a terrapin have a bed?
Yes, it does. But the terrapin needs more seats, in my opinion. And if they made that a drop ship or a medical ship, it would be well worth it.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel.
I have no idea, Billy's Brew, if it'll survive. Now, this is weird. Has anybody had their ship blow up and they had a medevac inside and the medevac survived and the ship was destroyed? I have had that happen to me. It was kind of strange.
Well, here I am, floating in space in my ambulance truck. That'd be pretty funny.
No, I wasn't. It was on the ground.
Oh, it was on the ground.
Yeah, what happened was I had it inside my Valkyrie, and another Valkyrie pad rammed me, and no, let me rephrase. Let me remember this. I think I was inside of a ship, and I had the medevac inside. I had a cutlass blow up and my X1 survived. Yeah. The ship was hit, and I hit the ground, and the medevac survived, and I respawned inside it, and was able to get away. And I actually had, you had a little equipment inside of it, so it was kind of cool for it to actually work like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get this done. Gonna go with 8 SCU boxes and start ejecting.
You know what? I thought to myself, I'm just gonna piddle around in the live because I don't have the patience for Divacati testing right now, and I can't get out of my bed.
That's not a good thing, sir.
So I'm just gonna exit, and maybe I will go to Divacati and just piddle around. If I can get to my hangar, I'll just piddle around in my hangar and decorate.
Well, there was a. Did you see that Spectrum post about the Q&A about the hangars?
Yeah, there was a. I think I know what you're talking about.
I thought it was pretty good.
Was it like on the dev tracker?
That, it was a Spectrum post by somebody, and.
Oh, good. That narrows it down.
Sorry.
There should be a link for it in the Discord.
I put it in the Discord so you can get to it.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh no, I was looking at unknown vehicle. It's in where?
It's in. I put it in the Star Citizen chat on the Discord, so people can take a look at
Star
it.
Citizen chat. All right.
Yeah, shortcut there.
Oh, that's not even a dev post.
No, it's not. But
No, I
it's a-
didn't. Yeah.
yeah, but read it. It's really good.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, get your thoughts on it because you're in there and you know more about it than I do at this point. But it's a really good post. And like I say, I don't go to Spectrum that often, but
Okay, his second bullet is incorrect. It says only use public ASOPs when not at home. No, there are several reasons you might want to use a public ASOP.
okay.
Even at home. Like, if you're at home and you want to pull a ship,
Yeah.
like, it's based on your largest pledge ship, right?
Yeah.
But a bunch of us have got bigger ships. Like,
Yeah.
I've got Hercs. All of them.
Yeah, wouldn't you have to go to the other ASOS and pull those
Yeah.
out? Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
I thought.
I can't pull it if yeah, that's not correct. No AC hangers anymore.
Yeah, because that was the one question I always had in my head. I was like, well, yeah, you're not going to be able to plug these in, but I still have access to an ASOP, so I can pull it from another hangar.
Well, like I say, it's a Q&A and it's probably going to be refined, but it's a really good one, for a Spectrum post. I was just thinking.
It's definitely a well-written Spectrum post. Not denying that. Seems like most of the information is good, though. Any trespassers, to include kicked party members, take 8 seconds to teleport out of the hangar. That is incorrect. If you take an elevator to someone's hangar, okay, it's not incorrect. It is an 8-second countdown, but it's misleading. That countdown starts before you even get to the hangar, right? It starts when the elevator gets into the hangar zone, and it's so, in my experience, it is over before you can even step out. So,
Okay.
so you can't actually get into a hangar. That said, of course, people do. Like, it bugs, it doesn't work, but when it works, you can't even get into a hangar.
Mm-hmm.
He says, hangar size is listed below. I do not have dimensions. If I have time, I'll measure with SCU crates. It's not a... Why don't you just go grab a mission box and then drop it at one end of the hangar and walk to the other?
Right?
Hey,
Pretty simple.
the dude is really, he put a lot into it. Cut him some slack.
Oh, I give him all kinds of credit, but sometimes people overcomplicate things.
Right.
Does the largest ship for personal hangars include CCU chips? That's a question from Tribune.
No, it
probably
includes
not.
your largest flyable ship.
So I'll go from a medium hangar to a medium large hangar when I get my Zeus.
After the next patch cycle, yes.
Yeah. Trains AC all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, my reclaimer's CCU, and it's one that I have, so that shouldn't be a problem.
And so it says he has been told that buying a larger ship with AUEC will give you a larger hangar when a new patch drops. Verification needed. Well,
that would be the only makes sense thing, right?
the only verification we can have is going to be when the patch drops, the new patch drops. So, and not PTU, not
Yeah, it's gonna be.
well, no.
I would say.
Now that I think about it, if it goes to PTU, right? Oh wait, no. I can. Okay, so in Evo, right? At one point, I went out and I bought a Corsair, right? Which is much bigger than my cutter. It needs a bigger hangar. Well, the next patch dropped. I still had my Corsair, but I still only got a small personal hangar.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's PTU. There's probably something that they
Might be.
haven't written into the code yet.
It might be.
Well, they said
I would not count on it though.
he said that what's his name? Niku said that it's not in the 24 release. It's going to come though.
Well, yeah, I would admit. Well, what they have mentioned doing is being able to, like, you have your personal hangar that comes with the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, it comes with whatever size ship you bought, and, eventually, in the long term, right, you will pick your home, and that will be your home base forever, and you will have that hangar.
Right.
What they have talked about doing, of course, they haven't even said that it's firm plans, but they've talked about the idea that you can go to different places, buy hangar space, and then that hangar would be yours, or rent it, buy it or rent it, that would be yours. Whether or not you can eventually sell your own hangar, sell your original hangar, they didn't say anything about.
That I didn't, like I say, there's certain things we will not know until 1.0 comes out. I mean,
or eventually, maybe if you don't want to move, but you just want a bigger hangar, you could just upgrade your hangar for a certain amount, and then you would have that larger hangar at the same location.
Right.
So there's about 100 different ways, and very, very easy ways that they could do it, but it wouldn't be resizing your hangar. I mean, it kind of would be, but it's just like, no, you are upgrading. You are getting a different hangar of the size that you want.
So, I mean, like I say, all of these things could...
Yeah, I haven't tested this. He says, when you take off from a pub, anything you leave behind is lost when the doors close behind you. That may be how it is currently. That is not how CIG has said it will work. CIG has said that you have to leave the area, and you will get a warning.
For losing personal items or whatever?
Yeah, in a public hangar.
In a public hangar, yeah, they're not going to say that's what
yeah, it will persist as long as you are in the area. He even says it says pub persists only as long as you're at the station. I believe it's like if you are in the station's zone, right? If you were to look up at your display info and it shows your location at that station, that you only would lose it as you cross the boundary into, or the boundary outside the station zone. So I don't know that his wording
is correct
there, yeah. I might test that in a minute. That should be pretty easy to test. Freight elevators, I haven't had a chance to go check. Yeah, that looks like a lot of good information. A couple of things I'm not sure about, but nothing major.
Yeah, but it's a good post.
Very good post. Roadmap Roundup had a lot of interesting things.
Yeah. That was the main news of the day.
Auto travel initiated.
Should be close enough. 66. Let's get a little RMC off of this one.
Aegis combat system activated. Systems green.
I am just gonna step out for a quick little bomb.
No worries. Doing a quick scrape of the CB. was just driving my post along and it blew up out of nowhere. I have died.
Didn't you? You did that last night, didn't you?
Yep. I actually hit like a hill, something like that, and
Did it automatically grab web itself over the hill?
it did. But what I ended up doing was slowing down and trying to keep myself from hitting something, and boom, that's what happened.
No.
So it does happen.
No different than when I tried to leave the hangar earlier today in the C2 to go do a barrel run and blow up as I'm exiting the hangar. I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go do some salvage now. Let's give me a quest. Salvage. Seems like every time I go around Mike L1, there's always a lot of nine tails showing up for a mission that somebody spawns. So I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah, they've been coming in swarms of 3 or 4.
Yeah, well, all of a sudden I would get contact, right? Check my radar. Like, okay, they're pretty far outside the zone where I would get a little too worried, and then all of a sudden they were just right on top of me. I couldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where are we going? We're going in this general direction. Where we're going. Maybe towards our corp.
What do we got? What do we got? But there was ones you gotta pay for. Let's go.
Yeah, that's all I. Oh, you're doing the other ones?
Yeah, the unverified ones. Trying to get stuff that I don't have to pay for, and if Wake of Disaster comes, I should have enough to go and knock them out. But right now I'm going to go in the back and clear out that buffer. So in case something does come good, I can make sure I get everything.
I was watching this kid last night on YouTube, and he had a video up, and he was going around, and he was like, oh, I'm probably going to be a space trader. Anyways, he went out. I guess he bought himself the starter package with a cutter, and then when the ironclad came out, I guess he just dropped the money on the ironclad, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he's got a Caterpillar, so he's gonna start doing runs. Right? He's like, oh, I was watching videos and this and that, and this looked to be about the best run. And I think he was going to a place on Lyria to get his barrel in his Caterpillar, and then he was dropping it off at the TDD on Hurston. And I'm like, dude, you're not making any money. Like, he was doing all right. He was doing about 200,000 a run. Right? And then I told him, I didn't tell him my location to location. I don't give that one out. You guys know my run, but yeah, I'm not going to give that one out on the internet, right? But
Right.
you got to figure it out using the SC tools like I did, right? So, but I told him, I said in my Hercules, a full Herc cost me 1.452, and I sell it for 1.960. And he's like, damn, that's over $500,000 a rip. Or yeah, just around $500,000 a trip, right? And it's a good lucrative trip too. This is why I like it. And
Well,
there's
I
always stuff there.
You know, you're gonna take a risk no matter what. And
Yeah, exactly.
starting out, especially, that's a ship that I wouldn't start out in personally.
Yeah. I like flying the Cat though. It's a fun ship to fly because it flies like a brick, but yet it's still maneuverable, but it takes time, so you have to be, slow and gentle with your movements and stuff.
Yeah.
If it's maneuverable but takes time, that's the
But
opposite of maneuverable.
it moves, but it doesn't have the agility like a fast-moving ship does, right? Like, you have to fly it, and think about the flight path that you're going to take with it and stuff.
Exactly. It's not very maneuverable.
Yeah, but it's it's a fun ship to fly.
It's a fun ship to fly. I'm not denying that.
I love flying the Cat. But
No,
yeah,
I'm just-
I know what you're saying.
I was just giving you crap about saying it's maneuverable and describing the exact opposite of maneuverability.
Yeah, no, it's not quick per se. You have to, like I say, think about your flight plan as you're flying in, right? But all I know is that when the cargo refactor comes in, I probably won't be using the Herc or the freaking Cat that much because of how big they are. I'll just do smaller runs.
Well, me, like I say, I've always made it to the point where I'm going to start with a smaller ship and build up to what I need and then move to the next tier. So definitely for 4.0, expect a white. I mean,
well, I hope so. It'll be all right because I got a nice fleet of ships now. that
I
own,
would.
you
I
know.
would not expect a wipe. I mean, you might plan for it
4.0.
with
Yeah.
4.0. Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect one.
No.
They are very, very clear that they are only going to wipe anything in the most extreme of circumstance when they cannot find any other way
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
talking about not wiping as much anymore as they did in the
Well,
past.
that's a great thing, but still, you're talking
When
about
1.0
a balance
when
of the
1.0
economy. You're talking about
Yeah.
a new balance of the economy.
Yeah, when 1.0 comes out, I would
And
expect a wipe, a full wipe.
If we still, well, that's like gonna be a total fresh start.
Yeah.
They don't need to wipe to balance the economy.
They don't need to, but they could.
Well, no, that would be a bad move
Well, I'm
to
just
balance
saying.
the economy. I mean, they could. It would be a bad choice.
Well, look what they did. They took our money away and
then made
raised everything.
Everything, yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, look, think about it this way, right? Okay, you've got a bunch of, right now, what you have is everything from poor noobs. There's like 4 corners to the square. There's poor, there's a bunch of ships, there's rich, and then there's rich with a bunch of ships, right? So right now the game has a huge mixture of everything, right? You've got everything from your rich veterans with tons of ships to your poor noobs with almost nothing, and just this huge mixture that is, I mean, maybe not perfect, but it is an analog of a game that has been running for a few years. That's the economy that you want to check. That's the economy that you want to watch and see how it works and tweak. If you wipe, now you've only got an analog that's going to match the game in its first maybe 6 months after release, and you don't want to balance for just the first 6 months. You want to balance the game in its long term, or attempt to balance the game in what you think its long-term state is going to be. So right now what we have is closer to that than a wipe would be. Catch my meaning?
Well, I'm just saying.
This is all my own reasoning. I haven't heard anything from CIG stating this, but it just makes sense to me.
I mean, it's when the game goes gold. When the game goes gold.
You mean 1.0?
I mean gold as in a release.
Yeah. Oh yeah, release, everybody will start with what's in their hangar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you said 4.0 though.
No.
Or I thought you said. Oh, I thought you said.
I was talking about 1.0 myself.
Then I just gave that whole diatribe because I misunderstood a number you said.
No worries. But when the game goes gold, okay, whatever you have pledged for, that is what you're going to be starting with, and that UEC, the gold number in your account, is what you're going to start with.
Yes. I mean, unless they go crazy and decide they're not going to do it that way, which to me would just be nuts. They've got to just start from scratch on 1.0.
What's all these mining claims that I'm seeing? Where did mining claims come up?
And I mean that only makes sense. So when that does happen, you know, people are going to be kind of freaked out when it does happen, but it's something that you will need to expect.
Well, yeah, expect it from one. Absolutely. Oh. I took the elevator to the wrong location. I was sitting here talking to you and got distracted. Dang it, Shadow, this is your fault.
Okay. But also, too, to be fair, those that see the amount that they're going to get, you get 10,000 AUEC when you start, or 20,000 or something like that. record. Damn. Do you feel attacked? Oh, don't feel bad, because we're all going to be in that boat when that happens. There are some players, and this is something that I've been doing personally, is buying the chits, and that goes into your UEC account. So when you start the game, you're not starting at 20,000. You're starting at what that gold is, and you get an extra 10,000 or something like that to start the game. So when they wipe money, you're going along with what's in that account plus what they give you.
So now, if you own a bunch of ships that you bought with real money and you get 20,000 for each ship,
No.
you don't get 20,000 for each ship.
No. So you
That's
only
what
start
should
with your starter package account money.
When you start. Oh, okay.
Unless you have purchased more
Yeah.
UEC from the site or from a black market site. I mean, wait, no, the gray market sites, they give UEC that will be wiped. They give it to you right now. Never mind.
Yeah. So if you purchase stuff from the RSI website, it's United Earth credits.
Yeah.
Those go to your account, and when you look at your account, they're in gold.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before. I'm not sure.
And that
when you
is
bring
what
up your
you're-
hangar.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to start the game with when it goes to live. I mean, live as in gold standard, where it's actually released.
Yeah, well, mine says 20 or 0. I mean.
Okay, so I've traveled out to Arcal 1 and I bought myself a 1SCU box.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to drop this 1SCU box in the hangar. And I'm going to leave and let the hangar doors shut and then call for the hangar again to see if it's back here.
Also, for those that are wondering about this, today there was an update to the knowledge base about AUEC and stuff like that. So check SC Tracker and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's out there. I am out of drinks. Oh crap.
None of them are
Jeez,
respawning.
I didn't change any of them. Time to head back to the ranch. I didn't prepare well. Doggone it, but that's okay. Take this back and sell.
Wait a second. Where's the box I bought? Did it-
Okay. Don't feel attacked, Scorpio King. I mean, we all started out that way. It's not like,
Yep.
you know,
Just so you know, Scorpio, it was only just over a year ago when I started my account for $45 with a cutter. So, and then before you know it, you might buy a cutlass, and then you might buy a little rock, and you might think about trading those two in for a prospector, and then before you know it, you go do pirate swarm with the boys, and now you got the chance to buy a red gladius, so you buy that, and then all of a sudden there's a sale on a ship that goes, hey, that's a pretty damn good deal, so you throw $150 at that, and then before you know it, you've already got $1,000 spent, and you're in the VIP Chairman's Club.
right?
And it's been just over a year, you know.
You say that, but for some of us, we just subscribe and end up in the concierge club.
Well, I did that too. I also
we just
subscribed,
subscribed to it. We end up in the concierge club with just a starter cutter,
yeah.
which is how I'm going to end up because
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I think next year.
Well, no, that's the same with me. Like, I've been putting $10 a month at the game too to subscribe to it.
And
Yeah, I didn't
That's-
do the 20. I didn't do the 20. I just did the 10.
if you buy it by the year, right, you get a discount there. And if you buy during Luminalia, you get an even bigger discount.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And that's the
They
best
give it-
time to
yeah.
snag it.
That's when I snagged mine. That's when I snag it every year. Because wouldn't you know, it runs out the same time. It runs out when they have the sale every year.
Well, let me know when the next sale comes up.
Luminalia. That's the only time I've ever seen.
Okay.
So I'm an Imperator subscriber for like, I think it winds up
I
being
just
something
won
like
the
$16 a
MPV
month.
Tractor Aurora and Medevac game package. I think it's like $140 worth. You won that?
Nice.
That was a nice snag.
Yeah. Okay, Alt W is disintegrate, right? Or
I think
smash.
you got the LTI Pulse. Didn't I give when I did my giveaway? You got the LTI Pulse Scorpio King, and Billy's Brew got the Hornet Mark II.
Okay, so I was testing the thing about how you lose any stuff in the hangar when the hangar door is shut behind you.
Yeah.
For me, I called for opening, right? And I was actually hovering. I never actually left the hangar, but I got to looking around, and my box that I had placed already disappeared.
So it's instant.
And behind me, when I landed back on the pad, there was like a badger there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I know where the badger came from me accidentally hitting the thing. But the box disappeared as soon as I opened the hangar, not when I left. So I don't think that's intended. I'm pretty sure that's an issue.
Where'd all the pieces go?
So he may say that your stuff disappears as soon as the hangar door is closed, but he may not have checked to make sure it was still there once he opened the hangar doors.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's all the time I've got tonight, gentlemen. It was just a quick little pop in to say hi.
No worries. And definitely tomorrow, crossing fingers, we'll see something.
Yep.
And hopefully, once they put it out in a couple hours, and then hopefully it'll go to wave 1. We don't know. This is just a speculation.
Well, I really want to get a shot at seeing what that RMQ stuff does.
Mm-hmm.
I heard good things about the first test they did, or the only test I guess it has been.
Well, they're supposed to do another one later this week.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get into that. I've heard good things. I've heard that, like, while it was working, like, right for the, right now you log into the PTU, or not PTU, but the live environment, right?
Yeah.
Even if you party launch a brand new server,
Yeah.
that server is bogged down and running poorly within the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, with
It does
everybody.
not. Yeah, it does not take long.
Yeah.
They were saying that with the new RMQ stuff, it was like a fully populated server running like a low pop server for the first full hour. Until errors started cropping up, and then they kind of compounded on each other.
Yeah.
Which, to me, that's like, oh, that shows progress.
Yeah, it does. It does, because there's many a time where we've, like, populated a server and it died very quickly.
Oh, remember that time? When was it? 319, I think it was, when we would jump from server to server and we'd get 30K like within like 20 seconds or some silly thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not talking about 318?
No,
No,
318 was bad too, but I joined up Shadow with 319. Maybe near the end, because I started in 318, and 318 was bad. But there was the one patch that they dropped. It was hilarious. And like, you jump in and everybody'd say hello in the chat. It's like, well, hopefully we can stay longer than 5 minutes or some silly thing like that. And boom, that was it. It was 30K.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm going to say this. Ever since the replication layer has come to fruition, I'd rather see a server error than a 30K.
Yeah, so would I. That's been all right, but it's always been a little slow, like Ty was just saying, for it to do anything, right? So
It takes a minute. It takes a minute.
but once it's up and going.
But once you get the server, you'll see that it's taking time for it to catch up with everything.
Yeah. That's why it's just best to sit in your spot and just wait it out. It kind of sucks, but you know what? It's only going to get better. I think they're working them too hard, trying to get too many features out right away. But they're on their plan of getting this done, and this done. So it's taking them this long to get here. So
Hey, I'm gonna say this: in the 2.5 years that I've been playing, I have seen great strides compared to what others have been going through years before me. So
the early
I can't.
backers.
Yeah, I can't complain.
No, I watched Soul Citizens show there they had, and they played all the trailers from way back, like way back when they first started doing trailers, and it was kind of neat to actually see, because I never knew how the progression went, but after watching all those trailers and everything and every video that they put out, it was kind of neat to see how the progression was and when certain systems came out and what are the oldest planets, what are the oldest ships in game, when they started on AC before you even were allowed into a universe, and then and then you could go to, then Polar was added, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's just like, and then the Selin and a couple of the Daymar and whatnot were added.
But see, there was also
I didn't realize, Orison was
Delamar.
the last. Yeah, like I did. Yeah, there was that too, which was a really cool area. Like I wish it was in
Yeah,
cave.
Delamar is
Legato or
in the Nix system, and
yeah,
Levski is a
Levski.
port
Yeah, that's
there.
it. Yeah,
But the
that
thing is,
they
the
pulled
thing
it out.
about it is they pulled it out because Nix is going to be the next system supposedly after Pyro,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
could actually go to Delamar because I think it's supposed to do an elliptical orbit at the edge of Stanton.
Oh,
I
just
don't
have
know.
to find it.
I have to look. I have to research that. But
No, you don't.
Mike-
I'm doing it for you right now.
appreciate it.
There you go.
But
Let's get the explorer ships out there. as well.
Mike did state that there was the planet where you could, and a lot of others said that you could go to Delamar and go to Levski, and then it was pulled. And they said Levski was really cool to go to.
Yeah, Levski, from what I've seen in the videos and what they were talking, and how cool it was, how it was in it like a moon, and you go down into the moon and stuff like that, like a shopping center and stuff at it. Like Grim Hex is old too. I didn't realize how old Grim Hex was too. That's quite an old area as well. Like all that area is.
Okay, so no, it's not the Stanton system. It's in the Glacian Ring of the Nix system.
Yeah, it was on the edge of Stanton, but it's in the Nix system.
Yeah, they just pulled it out like.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll have to go through the jump point to get to it. Or two. Actually, you have to go to at least two because Stanton only borders what? Pyro, Terra, and Magnus.
Magnus, yeah. That's what I don't understand. Like, and that's what, and when you got Magnus and Terra right here already in this system, how come those aren't the systems that you would think they'd be working on once they get Pyro?
But that's what they
or
said. Now they
Yeah.
may change. You know what I'm saying?
So here's why.
Maybe they're finished and we don't know.
Well, they're not finished with Terra.
No.
They're not finished with Terra. Terra is like a big hub of humanity. Terra is second only to Earth
Yeah.
in its status, and it's even surpasses Earth in a lot of ways. It's commercially it's more successful. Terra is the de facto hub of humanity.
That's probably where I would live.
Yeah, it's just not the capital because Earth is our home as the capital.
Yeah.
Right.
But Terra is the de facto central hub of humanity, so it is not finished, like not even close. The reason they went ahead and put those in was because they were just finished with them. Like they were putting in the stations, right? They put in the Pyro station. Since all the stations are pretty much the same, while you're touching one, why wouldn't you go ahead and put together the others? Why not do that? You might as well. And so then you just pop them in and you just leave them
Well,
until the systems are ready.
Tribunal says, yep, it was cool. Levski was very cinematic even back then. So he knows. He's been there.
Yeah. Been there, yeah.
I didn't know you were there, Tribunal.
Yeah, it was just really cool. Like I said, when I watched that Soul Citizens, and they basically started at the beginning all the way up to 323, right?
It's been a long time since I've been out to those systems. Maybe I'll make a trip. Maybe I won't get off here just yet.
All right. Where am I? I'm out of here. 05, 04.
You joined SC in 3.8? Okay, so you weren't... You experienced the massive 314 era, where there was constant 30Ks left and right. He would know about that.
3.8, 3.8. What came out 3.8? I remember that. That was a pivotal patch for that one too. I kind of remember they added something to that one. What did they add to that one?
That I don't know.
Tribunal. Like I remember that being kind of.
I think 3.0 was when they first dropped planets, and it was a train wreck. I think. I don't remember. I have to look it up.
Go for it. Yes, yeah.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Unless 314 was New Babbage.
That's
Okay.
right. That's when New Babbage came in 314. Because Orson came after that. I can't really remember. I just remember something was pivotal to 3.8. It was like, oh, that's when that came in. Might have been maybe R-Corp or something like that. Or Hurston.
Warning. Leaving. Safe zone.
Back then, I remember when you used to die, the only thing you would lose was the gun in your hand. Those were the days.
Yeah.
Now
Keep your
it's-
armor.
Yeah, now it's like,
Keep your armor.
well, when Death of a Spaceman comes, that's gonna be something else. Totally.
If we ever see it.
Well,
It's taken them 10 years, 12 years to get to where we're at, right? And they want to do 2 more chapters of Squadron 42.
They haven't announced that.
they haven't
Have
said
they?
anything about that.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
speculation and rumors, right? Because
Yeah.
when something is a success, they always want to
Do another chapter of
do
it.
another. Yeah, so I have no doubt that if Squadron 42 becomes a success, that they will then, work on another chapter. But I don't see them prioritizing a second chapter of Squadron 42 over Star Citizen,
No.
because that would, the backlash they would receive for doing that,
Need
for
to-
moving the people back to another single player game
Yeah, they need
after
to
for
release it.
years. Yeah, they need to release Squadron, and then they need to release Star Citizen, and then maybe they can start to move things back. Consider putting together another single player game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't see them jumping off another chapter of 42 until there's a release. It's got to come out now at this point. Feature complete, polishing up.
I was watching this girl last night online there on YouTube. She was playing Wing Commander 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, holy, just watching that. I was like, yeah, back in the day that would have been great, but in today's.
Oh, I've seen them. I played all of them, and
Yeah,
trust me, I went back and looked at them, not like maybe last year, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
But yeah, back then it was great.
Yeah.
Because it was 3D and stuff. If you grew up with Pong like you and I did, then yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great to revisit the old stuff a lot of the time.
I know it's like the old original Counter-Strike, or even the old Planet Side. Or something back in the day, the original Planet Side.
But I look at it and it's like, I actually played that. It's like, holy crap. Oh, God, I hate that. Trying to get off the elevator. It's like, seriously. Because I don't want to leave the elevator down when I'm exiting the ship.
So that SCU box ended up back in my storage.
Oh,
Back in my gear storage. I could probably pull it up with the cargo elevator.
yeah.
So okay,
But I'm not gonna.
I see what I'm. So they'll just put it in the local inventory. You don't really lose it, maybe.
Well,
per se.
you
They'll just
might.
throw it back.
You might. I did not actually leave the hangar, remember?
Yeah.
And then I just logged out. So I don't know. Can't draw any conclusions because it was kind of a botched test.
Here we go, up and down the elevator on the reclaimer. There we go. thirst by the time I do this. Hello.
Enjoy. Oh, Dyer. Dyer.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Oh, Dyer.
Nothing much. What you guys up to?
I'm just
Salvage.
finishing up salvage.
I'm just ripping around in my ghetto vulture. Doing the quick way to salvage. I didn't realize. Mind you, doesn't fill your filler station too fast, but.
So it's a salvaging night.
Yep, doing a little salvage. Tomorrow I'm gonna pull out the mole and go. Actually, need to pull out the rock. Been a minute.
The rock? Did they fix the rock? Has the rock been fixed yet? Like, can it climb hills?
That's supposed to come in 24.
Oh, let's hope so. That's one of the reasons why I haven't done any rock mining, because it can't climb hills anymore. I'm like, well, this is kind of useless. Why the hell would I want to use the rock?
Well, if you angle it, you can, but it's kind of tough.
Not like it was. It's not like it was.
No, it's not.
And it's kind of really disappointing because it should be able to climb that hill, no problem, but it's just a little hill. It's just like, Chris, it barely even climbs in the back of a Cuddy Black.
Yeah, I mean, it needs.
Welcome
It
to the
should have
Airsoft
never
Vehicle
been
Retrieval
slowed
System.
down that much. I'm
No,
gonna
they
say.
should have never touched it, in my opinion. Stop messing
Please
crap up
visit
and
us
just
again.
leave it the hell alone
Goodbye.
sometimes.
Yeah, but they're balancing a lot of
Yeah,
things. You know.
They can't leave it alone. They just can't. They have to build the tank. They have to finish it. That's the opposite of leaving it alone.
Yeah, I know, it just...
Because
How do you like
how many vehicles did they change and balance due to new ones entering and things like that? I mean,
Yeah, but it was a mining vehicle. They didn't need to touch the frickin' thing.
I'm not saying
It's
that.
not like you're
Okay.
going one-to-one combat with somebody, right? Unless
Okay,
they
now-
come bringing their
No.
Mirai Fury around you and they happen to step in the freaking laser beam.
Hold on a second. No, it is not that they rebalanced the rock itself to be slow like that. What
Right.
they did was they redid the entire physics of ground.
Yeah,
I mean, you remember
ground
how
vehicle.
bad it used to be? And the
Yeah.
rock, in doing that, the rock ended up just
Getting the
yeah, it
dirty end
ended
of
up
the
being
stick.
slow. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's not that they specifically slowed it down. That was just an effect of the overarching changes they made to handling, which
No,
were a
granted,
net benefit for sure.
Yeah,
They-
no,
I mean, it
granted,
was-
but
it
they
was all
could have
better.
gone back and they could have
But that's
right
low
away made a
priority.
match. Yeah,
Honestly, that's low priority at this point. Like, honestly, getting all the vehicle speeds just right. I mean, they have such bigger fish to fry right now.
granted, but they put all that time into doing it in the first place. Why not just go back and fix that one little thing?
They
instead
can't
of
just go
dragging
back
it
and
out?
fix that one little thing. They have to go back and fix all the little things with all the little vehicles if they're going to do that, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's not that they can't go back and fix the rock real quick, because they probably can. It's that that's not the process. The process isn't, well, let's go fix this one thing. The process is, when we get a chance, we'll go back and fix all the vehicles.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll
Maybe
do
some
it
are too
all at
fast.
one
They need to
time.
be slowed down. They'll do it all at one time.
And it is frustrating. I mean,
Yep. We just noticed the rock because that's the one we use more than anything else.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. So
I love my rock. Going mining for Had Night, that was my jam.
oh yeah, it's great fun. And you can still do it, right? Just don't park your rock down. Just don't land your cutlass down the hill.
Yeah,
from
well,
your-
the thing
from
is
your
you're not
rock.
realizing when it's nighttime and you're hitting your tab and you're like, oh, okay, you scan, okay, you trying to find somewhere to land, and then before you know it, you're in the most gimped up spot, and you're like, what the hell?
See, now you're just describing a skill issue.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All right, where am I going? I'm going to Elcraft over.
No, but I've experienced it, and it is frustrating. I just got to the point where if I know I'm going to be climbing a hill or something like that, I'll angle it so it's on an upward slope, but not to the point where it's like slows down the rock totally, and that's how I move around. That's the only way to overcome it. If it's too steep, I'll have to find another way around it, you know.
We're gonna skip the Stanton Pyro jump point because I've been there a million times, and we're gonna go to Stanton Terra jump point.
If I can get out of here. This is the one thing that's...
It's alright, when I was over at Microtech, the areas weren't loading in, they were just block zones. To do a loop.
I mean, it totally, you know, the Ursa rover at one time would flip over a pebble.
Yeah. No, I understand, like, they wanted to make the friction is the friction of the wheels and the earth, they wanted to get that to be a little more realistic. That's what
The driving physics as a whole, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, I do racing games. I know driving physics, right? So that's what they were trying to improve upon
Now
that.
arriving.
But in the meantime, when they improved upon that, somehow they messed up the rock, and now it can't climb a hill. You know, for the size of motor that's in it, it should be four-wheel drive. That thing should be able to climb a hill with great ease, right?
Welcome to
Well,
Well, how do you know how big a
too,
motor the rock has got in it? Maybe it's got a piddly little motor in it. You don't know.
Piddly little motor at the right gearing will get you up the steepest of hills, man.
It's an electric motor. They don't get gearing.
well,
EVs
look-
don't have transmissions.
Well, look at it like this, okay?
True.
There's another thing about the rock. The rock used to withstand quite a bit of damage. Now that
Yeah.
thing is very, very fragile, okay?
Very fragile. You
So-
overheat, especially on that
Aberdeen.
hot Aberdeen there. Yeah, you even with coolers. I'd even change the coolers on that thing.
So your best, I mean, there was a lot of changes to everything about that, and it just made it really, really rough for people to use it. And
Because I've really come seriously thinking about just melting that with my Cuddy Black and just getting the Prospector after I get the Zeus. Once I get the Zeus, just melting those two for the Prospector.
but I mean, it's all going to change and it's all going to come. It's just that they've got to, they do all of it at one time, and then all of a sudden they see there's an issue, and they did state that the rock is going to be fixed in 24.
Okay, good.
So it will,
Probably along with a whole bunch of other ground vehicles.
yeah, but they specifically stated in one of the patch notes that the rock was going to be fixed, so would be able to climb hills. So it is there, and they do see it. So, and there was
Now arriving.
remember when a lot of people couldn't get into the game because the generic 30K, where they would try to log in and they would have to go into Arena Commander and
Yeah, like what you had the problem with, and
Yeah.
Peaches was having the problem with. Yeah.
So there was this massive ticket about this thing in the issue council, and they stated in the patch notes when 23 was coming that that was going to be alleviated, and sure enough, boom, it was. It's a very rare thing when you get a generic 30k.
Mm-hmm.
But it was bad. It was bad. Yeah, go ahead, Ty. Sorry.
No, you're all right.
But I had to do that for 2 months, or a month and a half or something like that, and I saw the ticket and I put all of my information in it to get them to see that it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they said it was fixed, and what they did was,
well, it was fixed for this patch, was it not for
yeah,
you?
it was. I'm just saying that it was a massive issue, and a lot of people were still having the problem.
Yeah, well, no different than the 318 problem where nobody could log in too, right?
Oh, that was
Like, with Salty Mike and that. Like, imagine me now. I go out and I buy the game or whatnot, buy my pledge patch. I'm in like Jack Axton's live stream saying, I'm like, yeah, I bought the game. I'm just gonna wait for a bit, right? I want to see how the gameplay is, and they're all telling me, oh, wait till 318 drops, because it was 317.2 or whatever it was, right? No, wait till 318 drops. So. Yeah, I should have just joined in 317.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say it, and a lot of people may disagree with me. 317 may have been a dry patch because there was no content, and people were... there was content, but there were some that went through it really fast and just blew it off,
Yeah.
Well, they got bored with it. They got bored with it.
Yeah, because it was Caesar Morrison was going on.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing that.
Well, not for all of 317, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't all of 317, but that's why I diversify and do a lot of different things. But a lot of people were looking for more things to do. But 317 was a very, very stable patch cycle. And then when 318 dropped into the PU, even though it was in the PU for how long, Ty? It was like 3
Oh, yeah.
3 or 4 months?
No, it wasn't in
in the PTU?
Yeah, because it was in
318?
PTU. 318 was in PTU since
Christmas.
Yeah, I want to say Christmas.
Before
because I remember watching. Yeah, I remember watching people playing it in the PTU.
Yeah.
And, some people, because it was the salvage patch.
It was the reason.
318.
Yeah, it was the reason I subscribed. So yeah, it would have been around Christmas time.
North Tower, Area 18's Premier Centre.
And it was in there from the beginning of December, and they were gonna drop it on December 16th, and they couldn't. And they said, we're going to hold it in PTU until after the holidays. And it didn't drop until March.
Yeah, because that's when I started playing. Even though I'd bought the game before that, right? I had bought the game when 317.2 or whatnot was out. But everybody told me in the chat, wait till 318. So I was like, okay.
You should...
Not knowing.
Well, I mean... I'm not saying that a lot of people were holding off until 318.
Yeah.
And
because that was the Persistent Universe patch.
Yeah, but when it dropped, and we all know what happened.
Yeah,
so
Gong Show, 30k, halfway through it jumped 30k.
It was 30k. People couldn't get in. You were getting 19,000 errors or whatever.
You were lucky. You were lucky to be able to get in to get a 30k.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was getting a 30k, and Peaches and I. Well, Peaches wasn't playing yet because I had to wait a month, a full month after I first purchased the game before I could purchase her a copy, right?
Have a good
And,
one, Tribunal. Thanks for hanging out, man.
All right, see you
Okay,
later,
we
Tribunal.
are up to 15 mil.
But yeah, we lost her, and I lost so much money when we were doing cargo runs.
Oh, everybody was. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch cargo through the 318 cycle.
318 broke Shadow of his cargo habit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to touch it.
Yeah, but when they came out with that patch that your stuff would show up in the hangar there after, it was like, okay, whew, you know, it's okay to cheat cargo again.
Yeah.
30 Ks.
Yeah.
You just have to go claim your ship and it'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on the opposite side there, right? I mean, not because 318 was any better for me, although I am one of the luckier ones. I didn't get my account locked out. I was able to play some, but
yeah, I was able to play all the time. Got my logged in.
Like I backed Star Citizen the June before, like 317.0 just before.
Yeah.
Just after Invictus, just before 317.1 dropped out, so it was like June, right? And then 318 pops out, and that's when I learned what a PTU is. And I'm like, oh, well, I kind of want to be a part of that. It's like, oh, well, subscribers are a part. Okay, well, it's Christmas time. There's a deal, so let's go ahead and pull that trigger. So join in June, got into PTU in Christmas, and played the crap out of it. Learned how to use the issue console, reported, had so much fun in Xenothreat because it worked.
Yes.
Right, it worked so good, and I fell in love with
Xenothreat.
Yeah. In PTU, it worked. It worked great. And then 318 was released. Like late February?
No,
I want to say late
March.
Was it March?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I got
somewhere
I got the Evo invite later that month. Right, so it's like joining back in June, subscribe in December, Evo by March.
You lucked out, sir.
Well, because he did all that PTU, and like you just said, he learned how to use the issue console and put all that information in. And they're like, well, that's a person we need over in Evocati. That's not a person, you know. That's,
well, I play PTU every day, and the only thing that I did not do was doing the issue council thing. I report everything.
Yeah, I was also active in SC testing chat once I learned what that was.
And see, I never got into that either until just recently, and now I'm more active in that area because of that, because that's where I want to get into Evocati. And so I can get in there and see what's going on and start reporting things that I encounter. You know, I really want to do that. And it makes a big difference. You've got to be active in that area. But, I mean, you can play PTU all day.
I am sure you will be, Shadow, because, I mean, they usually do an avocado harvest in the spring. Right? So, I mean, I don't doubt that you're going to get an invite if you keep up your time in the PTU and your issue council stuff.
I mean,
because you've already done
what?
Like, because we did 323 PTU together, right? That I think it's just your timing, because 323 came out, the PTU came out after that round of Evo.
Yeah.
Invites went out, so it's just horrible timing for you.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I just do it, you know. But it's getting. I mean, now that I went through how to
now arriving.
go through certain things on the issue council with you, I'm able to now be more proactive in looking at stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I might also spend some time in SE testing chat, you know, chatting with people while you're waiting on a patch to drop, that sort of stuff.
Is that a Discord?
No, it's on the Spectrum chat room on the Spectrum.
Gotcha.
But it's you when you're there, Road Rash. You'll see how many people have been doing it and how long they've been in there because they're so.
Oh yeah, granted. Yeah.
You know,
like Salty Mike, I know is over there and stuff because he says it all the time. He goes, I can't talk about it. I can talk about it, but I can't show you anything yet. All I can show you is these work in progress videos that come from Star Citizen, right? But I'm free to talk about it. Some of the issues that are going on there, but I can't show you anything.
Yeah, but I mean it.
And once Wave 1 drops, then everybody can show what's going on, right?
Yeah. When Wave 1 drops, you can stream it.
Yeah, we'll be streaming it.
Make videos and stuff like that. I will be doing that because I will be in that one every day.
Yeah, I gotta get me a second hard drive, I think.
But what I will.
You mean
do,
because you need the space to install the patch?
Oh yeah,
To
no.
install PTU?
Yeah, PTU. I had PTU on here before, then I deleted it. But it's easy enough just to. I got the space for it because I got rid of a bunch of games off of Steam, a bunch of racing games off of Steam that I don't use anymore that are on my hard drive. So I just deleted those off my hard drive for now. So I got lots of space for the PTU. I just have to start another one.
You can also save
Looking
space by
forward to
just
the
whenever
Wave
you
1
want to
stream.
switch.
So soon as it drops, I will be in there. What I did.
Yeah, I can copy and paste my folder and then just change it to PTU and then just have it update.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
if you really need to save space, you can just swap the name on your live folder
Yep.
to
Yeah.
PTU and back, but that means you have to re-download every time you want to
Every
switch
time. Yeah, exactly.
types, which some people do, right?
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I got to the point where I keep the tech preview, I keep the PTU, I keep the PU, and I keep the EPTU. So when something drops, it goes directly to that folder, and if it has to update, it has to update. I don't wipe them out. It saves me a lot of time. I'm just saying. I just don't. And that way it can find what it needs. Like right now it has 323 PTU in there. When 24 drops, it'll go directly there and it'll overwrite what's there and update.
Welcome
Be done
to
with
the
it.
ACE. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, Origin
Welcome
400i.
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
How's my water doing? 53%. Okay, I'm good.
The first Wave 1, I'm going to say, when 318 dropped, the first Wave 1 stream that I did, it was so rough. It was horribly rough. And that was for 2 days. And then they threw out another patch. And then that
Your vehicle has been delivered
that
to the following
cleaned up.
location.
So the Wave 1 streams are
Please
intense.
visit us again. Goodbye.
And if I stop, doing something in the Wave 1,
Please visit again.
I will be putting in a ticket or talking in SC testing chat. So you'll know what I'm doing.
Clock already.
It's intense, but it's fun. Did I?
Welcome
Pull
to the
the ship.
ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Did you park it? Or did it not show?
Claim.
You should be able to.
Please visit us
You
again.
gotta claim it? Did it not?
It dropped somewhere.
No, that's.
I
Yeah.
hate
Lame. Take a Welcher out.
Welcome to the ASOP
Standing
Vehicle
Magnus
Oh,
Retrieval
it
jump
System.
didn't
point.
have stuff in it though, didn't it?
Yeah, my Valkyrie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you pulled your Valkyrie? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you pulled your reclaimer out again.
No, the
Oh, did I
reclaimer.
pass it?
I sold that.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
So, with that, now I've got to. When it does that, It's
I
that
hate when that happens.
weird little bug.
Yeah,
And
it just,
there is a issue council ticket on that, so
the thing is, it's
It's a-
probably just floating outside
Mhm.
there.
but I can't even
And
see it because usually it'll show where
Please
it's
visit
at.
us again.
yeah, because if that was the case, I would come over there and put you on the back of my vulture so you can open up the door and get in it.
Yeah, but it's not even seen, so it's messed up. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's Star Citizen. You learn to deal with its bugs. It's so frustrating some days. It's in
Well-
the big cities, everything seems to be not working so great. But out here in space where I'm salvaging, it seems to be all right.
But there's
Welcome
also
to the
things
ASOP
too
vehicle retrieval
that
system.
SC will do some things that you've never encountered, and it will be like really frustrating until you just step away for 24 hours or however,
Or a couple months, like I did.
or some people stepped away for months at a time
Yeah.
and come back to it. You know, me, I'm just diehard. I do it every day, but
Like I noticed, Super, he's taking some time away too.
well, there's quite a few people taking time away.
Your
from it.
insurance claim
I
has
mean-
been sent. Thank you.
You know, it's
Sometimes in life, you just need to do that.
you have to do it. There's sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, I'm starting
Step
to learn
back.
my HUD on this vulture now too. Like understanding the distance and getting close and how close you can get to the ship.
Please visit us again.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it shows me on each of my mining heads like how far away I am from the ship, and
Well,
I wasn't reading that before properly, and I'm starting to figure it out now. The more and more I use it.
Because what I do is I target it. I target the ship, and with the forks being so far away.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
can.
the one
understand.
thing about the vulture. It's like
Yeah.
holy crap.
It tells me it's 20 meters away, but yet I'm hitting the freaking thing, or 30 meters away. But now that I understand the little things that are right beside the two icons for my heads, that gives you an indication of how far away you are from the ship. So it's like, okay, now that I understand how to read that, it makes more sense to me.
Yeah, it
Just-
can throw you off big time.
Yeah, well, that's coming from a guy that's been a miner for how long now in this game. It's just like, yeah, I know how to read
To the
mining
ASOP vehicle retrieval
distances.
system.
Why is it not like the same?
Welcome
Now I can read
to
that
the
and I
ASOP
understand
vehicle
that.
retrieval
It
system.
makes sense now.
Yeah, it can mess you up when you first start
Yeah.
using it.
Speaking of HUDs, did you catch that all the HUDs they showed
Have a good
in
one,
ISC
Robert.
last week were the updated versions?
Yes. All the new MFDs and the HUDs, yes.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, because they look good. They look really good. But that was only for 4.0, I believe, for when the jump points
Yes.
to Pyro
Yeah.
become active.
Yeah, it's not
So-
coming in 2024.
Four.
All
and beyond.
4.0 stuff.
Yeah.
Because if I'm correct,
I'm sure 24 will be also a 0.1 patch, maybe, because there might be a bug or two that needs to be fixed or something.
probably.
Or they might call it an AA patch like they've done in the past.
Yeah. But also too, the new MFDs are going to be built with building blocks, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
So I hope we should see the rework on the HUD for the 600i come 4.0.
What about all the current RSI ships, all the Connies,
Welcome
like the
to
Connies?
the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Like, I wonder if those things have been in the Connie or in the RSI builds that they've been doing with all the other RSI ships. They haven't said nothing about that yet.
No, but the 600i's HUD is scrunched together.
Oh, okay.
And with the 4.0 HUD rework, hopefully this will fix the 600i's problem. Hey,
want.
Miss
Here's what I
Features.
want to see.
Go ahead.
Maybe just she's not
My
pushing.
my prediction, not serious prediction, but my hopeful prediction, is that we get 324 finally to live, right?
Yeah,
And that week or next week, 4.0 is in Evo.
that would be
That's
cool.
what I want to see happen.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's. I think as soon as like they get 324, get these hangars working and stuff. You know, Evo's next on the list. They're not going to mess around. They
Yeah.
know they have a timeline, and they want it to be on that timeline as best they can.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
But even if there is an issue,
Please visit
even
us
if
again.
there is an issue
Goodbye.
where it's going to be delayed,
Thank
okay,
you, and please visit again.
there goes the ship again. It just floated
Off in the
one.
space.
Yep, it's doing it again. With that, I'm gonna call it.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
It gets when it does that, it's just like time.
Yeah, if you got 2 in a row that did that, yeah.
But I agree with Ty.
Your
I would
insurance
really
claim has
love
been
to
sent.
see the test for Evo of 4.0 go right into it right after the drop of 24. That would be awesome.
And it's probably
Well, they're still saying that they're still targeting 4.0 for quarter 3 this year,
Please visit us again.
Yeah.
right?
Goodbye.
And
Yeah.
quarter 3 ends the end of September.
Yes.
you got 2
So,
months.
we're gonna have a month. Even if they go wave 1 tomorrow, which they're not gonna do, whenever they go wave 1, we're gonna have a month at least of waves before 24 goes live.
Okay.
I
I
don't know.
agree with you on that, but the thing is, they did state that they wanted to expedite the waves for 2024.
Yeah,
What they want to do and what they're able to
And
do,
two is two different things.
because
yes.
they also said they've been saying we want to get wave 1 out this weekend for 3 weeks now.
Mhm. Like I said, what they want to do and what they can do is two different animals. Okay. What they say they want to do,
Yeah.
we're just on the end flow of it. So, but yeah, I would like to see that. I would love to see a tech preview of the jump.
There's so much desync going on right now. It's silly.
Yeah, that's probably why I lost my ship. So,
Yeah, because I can. I'm actually scraping the hull of this thing, and as I go back, I can see it filling back in, and then all of a sudden fills back out from the areas that I just scraped.
yeah.
The realistic side of me says don't expect 4.0 until quarter 4. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I would have to believe it. Kind of go with you there, Ty. Honestly.
I personally, if they do quarter 4, that's right before CitizenCon.
Quarter 4 goes all the way up to just. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Quarter 4
Yeah,
goes all the way up to Christmas.
October, right?
yeah. But quarter 4 starts in October, and
well, yeah,
CitizenCon
but
hits. What? Go ahead.
I'm just saying I realistically don't
September?
expect it until
Oh yeah, this thing's like,
quarter
it's
4
so
and not
bad
even
right
early
now.
quarter 4, like late quarter 4.
Yeah.
We're talking late November, December.
Well, you're
Well
talking.
after CitizenCon.
Well, you're talking right before IAE.
No, right after.
If they state that they want to put in the Polaris for IAE, it's going to have to come out before IAE. Now,
Yes.
they said
Polaris.
they're hoping that we can do this. So if they're going
And
to,
I am rooting for them, Shadow. I really am.
I know. I
We
am
all
too.
And
are. We all are.
I want to be wrong, but I cannot. And I can give you my hopeful predictions and the things I hope will happen, and I really truly
Me
hope
too.
they happen. My realistic side
Yeah.
says no matter what they say about the Polaris or the other stuff, my realistic side says don't expect 24 before, or not 24, don't expect 4.0 before the end of this year. Like we're talking late November, probably December. It'll be a Christmas miracle is what it'll be.
I'm not doubting you at all, because personally, at this point in time where they're saying they've got the card tentative Q3, I don't see it coming until quarter 4. But that's my personal thought.
Yeah, the persistent hangers has definitely made them fall behind the 8 ball. Like, if the persistent hangers wasn't such a gong show for them on their part to get right, they would be ahead of the game right now, and 4.0 would probably be on track. But I think that the persistent hangers has given them a little more trouble than they had anticipated, I want to say.
A lot more. It was supposed to come with 323.
Yes.
Exactly. So that has definitely put them behind the gambit, as it were. And so they have to restructure everything, and on their
It would
end.
be Miss Peaches is saying it would be a great Christmas gift. It would.
Yeah.
It would, because look at it like this: you're going to get straight to flyable ships. You're going to get
I can't wait for
the
my
ES, the CL, okay, and if everything goes like it's supposed to,
and the Polaris,
you'll get the Polaris.
Yeah.
So, plus, there's probably going to be some new concepts, most likely, for CitizenCon. There may be some new concepts coming in IAE, most likely, and
CitizenCon for sure.
And there may be surprise drops on CitizenCon and IAE. So who knows?
What did they surprise us with last year? I remember they surprised us with something, wasn't it? Maybe the cutter.
Which the cutter?
No, it wasn't the cutter, because we knew about the cutter scout before.
The Cutter Scout came out
just before IE.
No, CitizenCon.
Was it CitizenCon? I thought it came out just before. Because I bought it. Because I got LTI. I bought it as soon as it dropped. And I was like, I'm buying that. $45. Yep, scoop.
No, they announced it at CitizenCon. I was there.
Okay.
Because
I bought it right there on the spot.
Ty was there.
Yeah, I was there.
So
California IA,
and if I could afford it, I would be in Manchester this year.
Is that where it is this year, CitizenCon?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's on the other side. Okay.
Yeah. So it would be awesome, but
unless somebody has a spare $5,000 laying around, I'm not going.
Yeah, right.
Thing is, though, so if I ever go to the UK or anywhere in Europe, I'm never coming back to North America. So,
but personally, if I'm gonna go with Ty, I have a feeling that card is going to change, and it's going to go to tentative Q4. I'm just going to be straight up honest with that. That's my feeling at this point because of the issues that they're having with 24.
Well, 323 was supposed to be the Q1 drop, right? And it came out just after Q1 was over.
23?
Right, and 324, yeah.
Yeah.
And 324 is supposed to be the Q2 drop.
Mm-hmm.
And Q2 is over.
Yes.
So.
Well, they decided that 23.
Or wait, no, 23 was a Q2 drop. You're right.
Well, the part that was supposed to come right after the persistent hangers and all that were supposed to come right after the events.
I'm not even talking about the
Persistent
the
hangers.
feature set. I'm not talking about the feature set. I'm just talking about when they say tentative things. It's for like
Yeah.
23 was tentative Q1.
Yeah.
But it came out just after that in Q2. And
Right.
Exactly.
324 is tentative Q2.
Mm-hmm.
And we're past that now. It's going to head in Q3 because it's Q3 now.
Yes.
No, we're
And
still.
we
in
don't
Q2.
even know.
We're still in Q2.
No, we're not in Q2.
Yeah,
This is July.
Yeah, it's Q2.
No, it's not.
No,
Oh,
we're
no, it's not.
past.
Sorry.
We're past. We're past Q2.
Q2 ended June 31st.
Yeah.
That's
Or
right.
June
Past
30th.
Q2.
June
June
30th.
30th. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They were trying to
So-
get it out before then, but it didn't make it. So.
And
Yeah.
And I don't doubt their diligence. Like, I don't doubt that they are heads down and have been for months trying to get this shit done. I don't doubt it. It's just not worked out for them. It hasn't worked out for them for 12 years.
I'm not
Yeah,
doubting.
well,
I'm not doubting them at this point. I mean, everybody.
Shit happens essentially, and
Yeah,
you
well,
can't always hope that your software is going to work in the way that you want it to work, and that's obviously what the issue is. Like,
Well,
That's the nature of R&D.
yeah, exactly. So
well, also too, you got to remember that. Okay, 23 dropped. It was beautiful on the first couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah, and then the problems started to show
And
themselves.
then issues started popping up, and then here comes Invictus launch week, which actually ran very well, but there were still issues.
Yeah.
Then that went away.
yeah, that's when I came back to game because the Polaris. That's what really brought me back was during Invictus because of the Polaris, right?
Yeah. So after that, we had a couple weeks break before Xenothreat hit. What I
missed
feel
out on that.
what
The Xenothreat was before Invictus.
no,
'Cause
it was after.
No, it was after.
It was after.
Well, the final part of it, yes. The final part of it, yes. But you guys had already done all the other missions.
That
to
was
get
Overdrive.
yeah.
Oh, was that? Yeah, but that was part of Xenothreat, wasn't it? The Overdrive.
It was against the Xenothreat group, but it was
Okay.
called Overdrive.
Okay, because
And
I
was
missed
in
that on that.
20 That was in 22.
Yeah, because I missed that on that, unfortunately, and I didn't get me an FA or an F7A like everybody else did.
Yeah,
because I
that
missed
was
on
in
opportunity.
22.
I didn't either because I'm not paying for it.
And then we went to 23. And a couple weeks after Invictus launch week, we went into the Xenothreat. And Xenothreat put a hurting on the servers. And
Yeah, because Xenothreat was the Idris. That's right.
But it was
yes,
still playable.
to
I mean-
some people.
Yeah, barely at some times, but
Yeah.
playable.
It was playable, but there were times where it was so rough. When you got to the Idris part, there were so many people there, and then you've got the massive ship, and people were stealing the ship and taking it around the verse.
Yeah, I boarded the thing twice. I think.
couldn't even get on it. I couldn't even get on
Would
it.
have been fun to be a part of the cruise that stole it, took it around the verse, and then came back into the Xenothreat with it again. Like I watched some of the
Well,
videos.
I
like,
mean,
that was fun as hell. But
every
Well,
time I would get close to it, I would get a slideshow, and I just gave up on it because I couldn't play it. And it
yeah,
was
that's
rough,
understandable.
You know,
That's understandable. But when it worked, oh, buddy.
oh, it was great. I watched quite a bit, and then I was able to get in the battle. You know, once everything loaded in, I was able to get in the battle, and that was great.
I ejected out of my Hornet and EVA'd my happy ass to the airlock, and that's how I got on board.
The Javelin would bug out most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah, the Javelin wouldn't do its job. Javelin wasn't doing his job, so that's why everybody would steal the Idris and then wait for the Xeno threat to come up again, and then use the Idris
Fireworks are still going off at Pyro Station for some reason.
The problem with that, the problem with stealing the Idris and bringing it back is it would fire on friendlies, right? Because the turret gunners were the Xeno threat guys. You couldn't.
Yeah, but unless you killed them and got them out, and put
no,
your
you
guys
can't.
in there.
You can't kill because they're the types of turrets that like move.
Oh.
And they're behind doors. You can't get to them.
Okay, there was another thing about Xeno threat that people were not happy about, and people that were going against the Idris and Xeno threat or whatever, they would come up red, and then people that would come into the event would kill them.
Yeah.
And get crime stats. You know?
Yeah, the bad IFF was a bad deal.
Yeah. So there were issues, but it was playable. I was able to do things. I was able to get the armor and stuff like that. And so, you know. But once Xeno threat ended.
Armor. For some reason, I have some Xeno threat armor. I've got a chest piece and a helmet.
Okay.
Is it in your hangar or in your inventory?
It's in my inventory.
Okay, well, it's probably just something you looted or grabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, once that ended, okay, we're still on 322 or 323 1A, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and this is what I wish that CIG would have done. After the events were over, I wish they would have taken the servers down for an hour and bring them back up. That's just my thought. It would alleviate a lot of issues at this point. But that's just my thought, though. I can't say for sure. But it would definitely make a difference if they do that once a month, just a little server maintenance to clean up some of the
cache
issues.
Yeah, just the cache. It's just the server cache. Just needs to get reset.
I'm not sure that's true because they run it on virtual machines on Amazon Web Servers. So when a server goes down, right? When a server goes down, the way I understand it is that that's just a virtual machine that, you know, if that compute power isn't being used by Star Citizen, then it's being used by somebody else renting Amazon's services. That's kind of the point, is their versatility is that they can just rent out raw computing power to whoever needs it. So there's not like a physical server that can be, I mean, there are physical servers that can be shut down, but they're Amazon and they're not going to do it because it's not just CIG that's using them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So
but
when a new server when a new server spins up, that is like powering on a new machine.
Okay. But
that's as close as you're going to get to powering on a new machine as you can get with web servers that are always up anyway. So I don't think that turning them off and turning or stopping the processes and starting them again would make the difference you think, because that's what happens when a server dies and is spun up anyway.
Okay, Jose says the persistent cast persists through server reboots. They need to clean completely.
The replication, they have stated that the replication layer is on a separate device in the same building, but a separate machine. So the replication layer, when that bad server goes away and a new one spins up in its place, it is a new machine, a new virtual machine. I'm not saying the word virtual, it's implied. It's a new virtual machine that is being loaded up with the data from the replication layer.
Okay, so having server maintenance. Okay?
Mhm.
They've actually taken everything down.
Yeah, they've taken stuff down. They've taken their
They've
systems
taken
down.
everything down.
But it's taken their systems down if it's a server that's being shared. And it just kind of seems odd that they would share the server with other things. That just seems like a lot of work on the server, a lot of extra work that the servers don't need to be doing.
Well, they remember that CIG doesn't own the servers. Like
Yeah, they're renting them. I realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rental because fucking the cost of
Now
servers
arriving.
is just fucking crazy amounts of money.
and they're not even renting any specific servers or specific physical machines. They're renting a certain amount of bandwidth and compute power within a huge bank of servers.
Okay.
It's not an action. They are not renting any single or any specific group of physical machines. They are simply renting the processing.
Okay. But there was a time when there has been times where it comes up in the status of what's going on with RSI, where they say we are doing server maintenance and we are taking things down.
Down, yes.
They've done
I've seen it. Yes, I've seen it. Or it just goes down. The systems just go down altogether, and then they have to do some sort of reboot because everything just drops dead, right?
Right. But I'm
Server
not
ma-
saying, yeah, go ahead.
Server maintenance is kind of a very broad, generic term
Yeah.
that it likely doesn't mean they're actually doing like physical maintenance or anything on the servers, right? That would be Amazon's job. What they are likely doing is just maintaining and dealing, troubleshooting issues. I don't even know. There's so much it could possibly encompass. That term server maintenance. It's so broad and so generic. There's so many things it could mean. So many tasks.
Yeah.
That aren't even hardware related that could be looped, could be grouped under that umbrella.
Okay. But when they do say that, everybody's kicked out.
Yeah.
Okay. When that does happen. That's all
Well,
I'm
not
saying.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that when it restarts, like if they were to shut down and just shut down all their processes on Amazon.
It happens.
Yeah, if they were to do that and then start it up, I'm saying I don't see any difference between, no matter why they shut down, to do server maintenance, which is probably code work if I had to guess, or to do maybe they're having issues at the
before.
Yeah. But I don't see any difference between them bringing them down that way and when a server goes offline and is restarted on a separate virtual machine, because anytime they start up the servers, they are just spinning up virtual machines that were never truly physically powered off in the first place.
Okay. Doesn't matter if a shard data center or not. You can't take all of the CIG instances down. The persistence, no matter where it resides, persists and seems to be impacting performance negatively.
I'm not saying you can't take it down. You can. I'm saying that you can take it down and bring it back up all you want. I'm saying I don't know. I don't see any difference between spinning up a new server after doing that or spinning up a new server after a crash, because either way you end up with a brand new virtual machine. Both ways the end result ends up the same thing. You are spinning up a brand new virtual machine, not spinning up a new physical machine, a virtual machine.
Okay.
Now I do understand that replication layer stuff can transfer chain crashes. that is something that can happen. CIG knows it can happen, and they put in failsafe I mean, that's what causes 30Ks in Evo now, is if you get so many chain crashes and they detect a chain crash, it will fully 30K with the replication layer go down. But when you start up the machine again, the virtual machine again, you're left with the same issues that end up with us having interaction delays, and well, that's the big thing, right? That's really the big driving force behind everything, is interaction delays. The inventory queue, everything takes longer than it should, and that builds up, right? And that always builds up within the first 10 minutes of any new virtual machine spinning up, and I don't see it would be any different from them doing that the way they do it, or doing it just shutting everything down and then turning it back on again, because it's the same software you're running.
Okay.
Now, that's my reasoning. That's how I see it. That's how I understand it.
I mean,
obviously, I don't know for sure, not for 100%.
We don't know everything. We don't know all the particulars about it, but I'm just stating something that is my thought, that once a month it doesn't hurt. I mean, I don't know.
It wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying it would hurt. I just don't see how it would help. And honestly, if it would help, I don't see why. Like, if it would help, I'm pretty sure CIG would do it, right? They're not the kind of company that, if it was something that easy, to just shut down, like, the U.S. region on a Sunday night at 2 a.m., you know, just start taking banks offline for the bandwidth that they don't need, leave the ones that are running up, and then start the new ones, right, on different virtual machines, and then have the other ones, you know, do a staggered startup shutdown. You know, you lock it out, nobody else can get in these servers, everybody is shifted to the new servers, and then when the old servers are empty, they die. Right? And we don't know that they don't do that. They could.
Because a new VM starting up doesn't bring with it a clean white persistence layer, if I understand correctly. If the VM spinning up is from a crash.
Well, it does if that VM only has, like, the replication layer. When you load in, the replicator loads your entity, right, from the global database that exists. You do not exist on the replication layer until you log in. That data is pulled from the global database. It's plugged in the replication layer. It's spawned in on the dynamic gain server from there. But each shard is its own replication layer and a dynamic gain server. So I was using mistaken terminology a minute ago. When I said spin up new servers, what I meant was spin up new shards.
Okay.
Right? Replication layer and DGS, you know, off over to one side. Not physically, it's all virtual, but off over to one side. Lock the old ones out from people logging in. Right? Everybody, new people logging in get shifted to this one shard, and they could potentially do that, and maybe they do that on, like, American servers Sunday at 2, or, you know, Monday morning at 2 a.m. You know,
yeah,
there's not enough people on. Yeah, they might do that.
We don't know if they actually do it or not. We have no idea. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there could be areas that the population is low and servers get shut down and maintenance, and you know,
yeah.
Sometimes the server maintenance could be anything from shutting it down and replacing some RJ45 cables because they don't work anymore. They're not getting, they just for some reason are faulty and
Yeah.
need to be pulled, or could be even a little bit of dust in the fans and they need to suck the dust out.
Right.
And that could be
Even
sometimes
though,
when they have an
you know,
outage
it's
and they're
a s-
doing maintenance, that could be exactly what's happening, except Amazon's doing it.
Yeah,
And our CIG has nothing to do with it. Maybe Amazon's doing that stuff.
Right.
exactly.
But yeah, I have no reason to doubt that Amazon does not keep their servers immaculate because they are their moneymaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shit happens sometimes, but I guarantee you Amazon is keeping them in top-notch shape.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
You know?
They make them too much money.
Right. Oh, I got a permanent P4. Oh, nice. And I got a permanent LH86.
Yeah, don't count on those sticking around.
Why?
Because those are the prizes that were supposed to go to the students of the guide system, not
I
the
actually
guides.
became a student.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
I actually
See,
became a student.
I got those too.
Yeah.
Right, but I never switched over. I got it because of the bug they had where people were getting the opposite. Like the guides were getting the student prizes and the students were getting the guide prizes.
Yeah, I actually became a student and did that. So, yep. Okay. Well, I'm pretty much done for the day. Has anybody got any other questions, thoughts, comments while we're here? I mean, this was a good conversation, and this is something that I would love to have on the Snowbirds meeting room about this type of thing, or we could actually do it as a stream, a live stream, and just have a conversation on this. I mean, we could do it any way. Excuse me. Any type of way. It would be kind of cool. So, thank you. Enjoyed it very much. Good job. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jose. And everybody else that stopped in and said hello in the YouTube chat
And argued with you.
Really? No.
Well, me, I argued with you.
You didn't argue. You were pointing out spots that needed clarification.
I'm just being hyperbolic, Shadow.
But it's a good conversation. Like I say, I don't. Basically, everything is mostly gameplay and things that are going on. But this was a good one, and hopefully we'll be able to do it again. More people will join in on it. But yeah, I'm glad you had a good time, Billy's Brew, and hopefully, like I say, tomorrow I'm probably going to go and pull out the bowl and do some mining. But if we get something tomorrow with the Evocati build and they give a green light for it to go wave 1, I will be dead on it.
I don't foresee wave 1 just yet.
Well, nobody does at this point.
But if it is, Shadow will be there.
He'll be there, you know it.
Yeah, I'll be in it. So, anyway, everybody, have a wonderful evening. It was good. Thanks to Road Rash. Thanks to Space Guy Ties. Thanks to Dyer dropping through. And everybody who is giving us feedback in the YouTube chat. I'll see you tomorrow. And have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Take care.
Come on, ship disintegrate.
It was on earlier, it was fine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to